the Dawnbreaker versus the evil Red Death. Hi guys, welcome to Multiverse. So today we are going to use our friend Green Wildfire, but he's using his Dawnbreaker armory, and we are going to go fight the evil Red Death. There is a Dawnbreaker set of gear that's coming up in Metal Part 2. Sadly, obviously, I don't have it just yet, but as you can see, even though we don't have an official Dawnbreaker set of gear, we can already make a pretty darn good looking Dawnbreaker character, thanks to, in small part, having a nice Dawnbreaker emblem, which we got 2 years ago for the anniversary event. And pretty much everything else is a mishmash of a whole bunch of stuff. I will explain how I recreated our friend the Dawnbreaker at the end of this video. But for now, let's go to the on duty menu. Let's go to the event, Scarlet Speedster, the event version. And let's go fight the evil Red Death. Nice loading screen as always.
This weird weather has brought out the worst in Central City's criminals. Strangely, weather wizards nowhere in sight. They're robbing banks, stores, you name it. The police could use a hand. Even the city's speedsters can't be in two places at once.
There's some weird shiny bits, like you can see around the head of the character right now. It's kind of pixelated a bit. Not sure why it does that. Obviously, I'm playing a hero character. The Dawnbreaker should be an evil villain. But sadly, if you want to have the Green Lantern powers, you have to be a hero player. You have no choice. If you are an evil villain with Lantern powers,
fired. Send backup.
then you are going to have yellow
Police
Lantern
officer.
powers.
Now I'm mad. Regret that.
And it's been a while since I played as a Green Lantern character, so I'm going to be rusty a bit with my loadout or with my combo. It happens. One question that people often ask, I have like 50 characters in this universe online. One question that a lot of people ask is, how do you play so many characters? The truth, I don't. I play them once in a while. There are some that I play
That
often.
looks like a dead drop. Confiscate the package and I'll call in law enforcement to secure it.
And some that I play only once in a while. But I do have a way to create my loadout in order to be able to help me a bit. Usually on the triangle, I will put, let's say, range abilities. On the square button, I will put melee attacks. Or I will put a shield. Usually the right square button will be a shield. The left one will be some sort of melee attack. So that is kind of how I'm able to play multiple characters. I pretty much plan my loadout. And usually the circle button will be my supercharge. Whatever supercharge I use, I'll keep for the circle button.
Shots fired. Need backup.
And of course,
Stop
one of the
right
things,
there. Police.
of course, one of the nice things with the Green Lantern character is the combos. As you saw, we can make the combos from the train to the light stream to the machine guns, and of course, I messed up my combo. It's a bit more tricky when you don't have an opponent. Let's try again.
Shots fired. Need backup.
So you can see the light stream much better
Stop
with an
right there.
opponent.
Police.
Cheap shot. Make this easy and give me all your cash.
But if somehow there's certain battles where using combos is too difficult, when that happens, you just use your ability as if you're not using combos. So you can decide to just use each power as if it was a separate power, as opposed to using the combos. So that is one way to be able to bypass because with combos, sadly, what happens is often you'll get interrupted a lot. There are ways to try to minimize that. When you're fighting only one opponent, it's not such a big deal. But when you're fighting half a dozen opponent,
Thank you.
it's not a rare thing that at least one of them will interrupt you.
You saved me. Thank you.
So if you somehow ever end up in a situation where you just cannot do your combos because you keep on getting interrupted, then just don't use your combos. Just use your abilities normally.
Weird. It looks like metal. Whatever it is, they're under its control.
Make this easy and give me all your cash.
I'm not sure if I have. One thing that helps with the combos is Empire channeling. Like you can see, you're no longer vulnerable to interrupt. Usually there's certain abilities like the machine guns. Usually those can be interrupted, but with the artifact, I don't know, I'm a bit surprised. I shouldn't be. Could have sworn the machine guns were one of those. Doesn't matter.
Whatever that metal coating is, it's turned those officers against you. I've never seen anything like it. I just picked up a surge of energy from the Flash Museum. They've got the actual cosmic treadmill locked away there. That's got to be tied to these Speed Force storms. Check it out.
Let's go check it out. Sorry for the noises. I live downtown and sadly it comes with the
Looks
territory.
like Mirror Master is under the influence of that weird metal. At least we know he's not behind this.
So let's summon a few friends. And let's get this party started.
Beep.
Ideally against our friend Mirror Master, you want to keep some mobility.
Pew, pew.
Like you want to move around so that you can avoid that red energy thingy.
Zap. 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 Zap.
Let's use our shield a bit. Probably should have some sort of healing ability next time.
The museum's got to have some answers. Watch your back in there.
And just in case you don't know, there's a healing barrel that I didn't use. There's no reason not to use it. I just didn't really need it. Let's go for the weapon. For this little guy. If you need the healing, the defeat for the healing barrels, no reason not to destroy them.
Help! Help!
So let's go inside the museum. It belongs in a museum. 10 brownie points if you know where that comes from. So in case you don't know, the first time you play this mission with this character, you'd have no choice but to watch the cinematics. But if somehow you play this mission multiple times with the same character, you can turn off the cinematics using this little console. But today, usually I don't turn off the cinematics. I kind of like to watch them. But in case you don't want to
found
watch
Flash,
them,
but
you know the option.
something's not right.
Can't stop myself. Must obey.
In my world, I strapped the Flash to the hood of my Batmobile and drove into the Speed Force. Gaining his powers made me a better, deadlier Batman, but I still have his annoying voice stuck in my head. I'm going to enjoy watching another Flash squirm. Think you can keep up? Catch me if you can.
You've got to save Flash. I think the cosmic treadmill's been opening those weird portals.
So let us save Flash.
Fading fast.
Batman combined with the Flash, but evil? It's like a nightmare.
So again, if you don't want the
If
cinematics,
that's a Batman, he won't be as experienced with Flash's rogues. Go to the exhibits. We can build a device to help you fight him.
so again, if you don't want the cinematics, that's the console you have to activate. So let us continue. And also there's little crates here that you have to interact with. Normally you would go to the puzzle. There's a puzzle that you have to solve. And then you would have to come back all the way here in order to be able to get the little crate here. Get the crate first. I probably should have taken the investigations outside. Oh well.
My research reveals warnings that make me wonder if the metals should be destroyed. There's talk of a great bat god, Barbatos, one who brings darkness and cannot be stopped. The metals are the key that unlocks Barbatos. He is the darkness.
So let's wait a bit to heal. Let's go on the other side. You don't have to, but I kind of like to clear out the whole rooms. Sometimes when you leave enemies behind you, you end up being stuck in combat a bit later in the map. So I try to clear out the map just to be on the safe side. Doesn't happen all that often, but once in a while, if you leave enemies behind you, it could happen that you end up stuck in combat. Close enough. Sadly, I have crappy colas. Let me show you. You probably never saw those colas if you are a new player. There's colas that you used to be able to craft eons ago. At some point, these were the best colas in the game. Soda Cola Zero. I had to I had to play the broker quite a lot to be able to purchase the plans to craft those colas. Sadly nowadays, and the same for Soda Cola Next, nowadays they only give a 50 to 90% health. Which is sad, but what can you do? Why do I use those colas? I crafted them, so I may as well use them. There's no other reason than that. Let's open the Prometheum. Oh, Noble Warrior. Ooh, the aura or the pants? Decisions. Let's go for the pants. Probably should have taken the Mystical Nightstand next time. So sadly, as you saw, I did a boo-boo. I wasn't careful enough, and I ended up biting the dust. Basically what happened is that I had an enemy here, and when I tried to use the ability on them, I ended up using it on those characters over here, so I pulled too many characters at once. It's pretty much that simple. Usually if you're just a bit careful, that shouldn't happen, but once in a while, you mess up. Also, I'm a bit surprised. Usually, the light ability kind of stuns enemies. Doesn't seem to do so in here. Usually, even as a DPS, you should be able to stun enemies a bit, but not today, I guess. So this is the puzzle I told you about. Basically, we already interacted with the crate some time ago. And ideally, all you want is the green one must not be next to the flame. I used to think that the frames here...
Looks like the mechanisms on that door have shorted out. If you can find something nearby that's connected to the system, fixing it should open the door.
I used to think that these frames on the wall was some sort of clue. Turns out, not at all. You just have to make sure that the green one is not next to the flame. And then it's a almost guesswork. And then you try the other two and until it opens the door.
Pick one of the rogues' power types from the exhibits to give you an edge.
I usually take the fire one, but today let's take the green one just for the fun of it. Been a while since I took that one, so I kind of forget what it does. But we'll find out together. We'll remember together. Sometimes I'll just stick around and admire the Flash Museum. Not today, I guess. I shouldn't break out. Usually when you use the shield, the Green Lantern shield, it acts as if you're breaking out. I'll try to show it to you a bit later if I can. So let's grab a little thing here.
There's some today who still worship the Bat God. They call themselves the Court of Owls, once a part of the Hawk tribe. They betrayed their tribe for their Bat God. Today, they use the rare metal Electrum to grant their agents eternal life.
Come on, Electrum cannot be that rare. I got 1 billion of it. So we'll grab the investigation just before we face the Red Death.
I refuse to believe the metals that have given us so many gifts are rooted in evil. I have hope that we can defeat the dark forces without destroying the metals. I've decided to enter the darkness beyond our universe. Once again, I will take my torch into the unknown to find a way to fight the darkness.
So let's summon our friend. And let's get started.
Your new toys aren't clever. I am Batman and Flash. I'll always be one step ahead of you.
Classic Batman. Don't let him get under your skin.
Normally if you get knocked down, don't be a slacker pumpkin eater like I am. You should be able to get back up. Oh, bombs.
I mean, Brainiac.
I won't have time to.
Pain is a mirage.
Brainiac.
Ah. Sadly, with our friend the Red Death, sometimes you can't target it. It stings, but that's how it is.
Too late. I'm not out of this race yet.
Ah. There's no reason not to use a barrel. Let's see if we can stop a few bombs. I guess not. As you see, the barrel, the event version, the barrel spawns pretty frequently. Ah, come on.
Think fast.
Let's summon our friend. Let's cast our shield because
Brainiac.
and let's use our
Especially
supercharge.
Brainiac.
I love that supercharge, but it is pricey.
This has been fun, but I think it's time to vibrate your hearts out of your chests.
Looks like you've got everything under
Ah! No!
Brainiac.
Flash, get out of my head and stop singing that song!
Oh, Red Death. So disappointing. Welcome to the beginning of the end.
See you in the future.
That belongs to Brainiac.
By we, I mean all the Dark Knights who are coming to your world.
This is a nightmare. I don't know what that thing was, but we've got to stop it. I'll confer with the Justice League and get back to you. I'll be on this 24/7. No way I'll be able to sleep after seeing that Batman who laughs.
Our little Brainiac servo was going crazy. So let us go back to our lair. So somehow, even if you leave the mission, you still have to leave using this menu. So let's leave. And I promised I would explain how I made our friend the Dawnbreaker. So basically, obviously, you need the Batman cowl, which you can get from the marketplace. Here I'm using the sniper goggles. There's the Dawnbreaker emblem that you can get during the anniversary event. During the anniversary event, there's a little box that you can purchase for 70 marks. I forget the name of the marks for the anniversary event. And basically, you get not just the Dawnbreaker, but you get a whole bunch of emblems from the Dark Knight's medal. So you get the Red Death, the Devastator, and also you get the regular version of the emblems and the enhanced version of the emblems. Although if somehow you missed out on that little box, sometimes you'll see some of those emblems for sale on the broker if you really want to. Of course, I'm using the Spindrift shoulders. Here, this is the... I forget. I think this is the enhanced version of the shoulders. I'm using the Sinistro gloves. I'm using the Stalwart Defender chest. It also gives me the biggest emblem I can get. And also it kind of reproduced the V-neck shape of the Dawnbreaker chest piece. At least from some of the comics I saw. For the belt, it's the cybernetic belt. The pants, it's the New Genesis pants. The boots are the tall classic boots. But the Vengeful Surgeon are probably a better option. And I'm using the chroma material. I forget the glowing chroma material, and I'm also using the glowing material. Basically a mixture of the glowing material and the glowing chroma material. Sadly, I cannot use it for the chest piece. If I do, let's give it a try. Like if I use the glowing material, sadly the whole chest piece is green. And this is not the correct chroma, but none of the chroma actually gives like the chroma basically gives all three colors to the chest piece, and I only want to have the two colors, the black and the green on the chest piece. So sadly, oh, and for the back piece, I have the speed metal back piece, basically the back piece from the evil Red Death. I'm using that because it gives us a whole bunch of bats with our Dawnbreaker, which seems appropriate. So basically I'm using the glowing chroma, the glowing material, and the glowing aura. So some of you guys had some requests of characters you wanted to have facing the evil Red Death. Nightwing was mentioned. So every week I'll try to have one character facing the evil Red Death. I'll probably record a few videos in advance. So if somehow you ask for a specific character and you don't see that character right away, odds are I'll have recorded a few videos ahead of time of characters facing the Red Death. So don't despair. If you mention a character that you want to see facing the Red Death, it will happen sooner or later. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask so in the comment section down below, and I'll see what I can do about answering your questions. I have roughly 2,000 videos about this universe online, so if you ask a question and I don't answer you right away, search in my videos. Odds are I've already made a video that answered the question that you're asking, so just search in my videos and you might see the answer to the question that you have in mind. And that is going to be pretty much it for now, guys. So as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.